This tutorial demonstrates how to create color, chart, dot density, prism, and scale symbol thematic maps with Maptitude mapping software. Thematic maps illustrate the characteristics of map features according to values in one or more data fields. First, make the layer to which you want to add the theme the working layer by choosing it from the drop-down list on the standard toolbar. To add a color theme, click the Color Theme MapWizard button. Choose the field that contains the data you want to map. In this case, I'll choose total sales, and click OK. Maptitude creates a color theme based on the total sales value and applies it to the map. Now you can clearly see which territories have the highest and lowest sales. There are many ways you can customize a color theme. For example, you could change the method for creating the classes, change the number of classes, or even specify the exact values of the classes by clicking Customize. Then enter low and high values for each class. Or, in this case, I'll use the steps method, change the initial value to 4 million, and create steps at $1 million intervals. I only need 7 classes for my data, so I'll change that to 7. And next, I can click the Styles tab and customize the colors used in the theme. I can click Next or Previous to cycle through different color themes, or I can choose a starting and finishing color from the drop-down lists. To create a chart theme, click the Chart Theme MapWizard. Choose one or more fields to include in the charts. In this case, I'll use the 4 quarterly sales fields, and choose a bar chart. Just like with color themes, you can customize the chart themes. In this case, let's make the width wider. And I'll click the Styles tab and change the colors, and click OK. Now you can clearly see how the quarterly sales vary in each district. For example, they increased steadily here, stayed relatively flat here, and decreased a little in this territory. To create a 3D prism map, choose Map Prism Map or click this button. Choose the field on which to base the prism maps, and choose whether to use all features in the layer or just the visible ones. Optionally, you can add a header and a footer. On the Options tab, you can specify the height of the prisms, the viewing angle, and whether or not to show the axis. And on the Styles tab, you can choose the color ramp. Again, choose Next or Previous Set and cycle through until you find one you like. Maptitude displays the prism map in a separate figure window and displays the 3D controls. You can use the spinners to change the viewing angle, and the vertical angle, and the height. You can also use the tools to make changes to the prism map. For instance, I can zoom in and zoom out with this tool, and I can rotate the map with this one. Now I'm going to hide the territory layer and turn on the county layer to demonstrate dot density and scaled symbol themes. First, I need to make the county the working layer. This time I'm going to right-click on it and choose Make Working Layer, and then click the Dot Density MapWizard. Choose one or more fields and click OK. Maptitude adds the theme to the map. In this case, each blue dot represents 5,000 households with an income of 100 to 150,000. The green dots represent 5,000 households with incomes of 150 to 200,000, and red dots are households with $200,000 or more in income. Areas with high population density have many dots, and areas with low population density have few. And again, we can customize the dot density theme just as we've customized other ones. For example, you could change the value here to have more or fewer dots. And I can click the Styles tab and change the styles of each of the categories. For example, it's hard to differentiate the green from the blue here, so I'll change it to a light orange. And click OK. Now I'm going to click the Dot Density MapWizard again to remove this theme. And finally, create a scaled symbol theme by clicking the Scaled Symbol MapWizard button. Choose the field to use for the scaled symbol theme. In this case, I'll use population. For point layers, the icon will vary in size. For line layers, the line width will vary in size. In this case, since this theme is on an area layer, you can also click the Styles tab and choose an icon and color to use for the theme. I'll go ahead and click OK and use the defaults here. And now counties with a higher population are shown with a larger symbol. Again, let's customize this map a little. I'm going to make the smallest value 2 points and the largest 50 points. and click OK. Now our scaled symbol theme is a little easier to read, and you can clearly see which counties have the largest population. And that wraps up this tutorial on creating themes with Maptitude.